your barriers, the taller I become. The farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can deny me, you can decide to turn your face away. No matter, 'cause there's something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. The more you refuse to hear my voice, the louder I will sing. You hide behind walls of Jericho, our lies will come tumbling.
I, Liz Murray, as Deputy Returning Officer for the Belfast West constituency, hereby declare that at the election the number of votes for each candidate was as follows: Alex Atwood, SDLP, Social Democratic and Labour Party, 3,088. 3088. Gerry Carroll, People Before Profit Alliance, 1,751. 1751. Brian Kingston, Democratic Unionist Party, DUP, 1,393. 1393. Bill Manwaring, Ulster Unionist Party, 386. 386. Paul Maskey, Sinn Fein, 16,200.
Something inside so strong, and I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong.
Alliance, 122. 122. I therefore declare that Paul Maskey is returned to serve in Parliament for the Belfast West constituency. Thank you.
Well, thank God that's over. It's a great privilege and a great pleasure for myself to be standing here, elected for the West Belfast constituency, elected by the people of West Belfast. I think it's a great honour and something that I will cherish. I would also like to thank Patricia, my wife, who has stuck by me thick and thin, because each and every single one of us, the activists within Sinn Fein, because that's exactly what we are all activists, have been rapping doors for the last 9 months. We have rapped every single door throughout our constituency. And I think that's a tremendous workload from all of our activists who have rapped them doors tirelessly through snow and bad weather and all coming up to the Christmas time and afterwards. This is not Paul Maskey's seat. This is the people of West Belfast seat. People have voted again. Shortly after 5 weeks ago, a gruelling campaign and a gruelling election campaign where people had to come out and vote 3 times 5 weeks ago. Some people were telling me it was enough to put them off elections for life, but there you go. But the electoral office can take that up later. What I'd have to say is that I think there, for our assembly seat, we had 66% of the vote. We have now increased that to over 70%. And I think a big bull of bus to the people of West Belfast for doing that. Gordon Miller. us have worked very hard for this, and all of us will continue to work very hard. I want to be an MP who represents each and every single constituent in West Belfast. I want to be working in the Shankill, I want to be working on the Suffolk Road, and the Blacks Road, on Ballymurphy Road, and Anderstown Road, in Twimbrook, in the Callan area, and in the Lower Falls. And I think that's something that I want to do. And I want to say to the other 5 candidates who stood in this election, I want to work with you as well. I want to work together with each and every single one of you, and I want to make Belfast a place that people have pride in, because West Belfast is a very proud part of this city, where a third of the citizens of this city live in that constituency. And I think again where they've come out and showed their support. Gerry Adams was the MP for many years, and Gerry Adams worked tirelessly for West Belfast, where we have now seen investment opportunities coming into the rest of the city. That was down to lobbying from people like Gerry Adams and ourselves for doing it. And we will never forget that. And we want to see that investment opportunities growing in the future, because that's what the people of West Belfast deserve. West Belfast was treated very shabbily by direct rule ministers for many years. Them days are over. We are working together. We are moving in the right direction. The investment opportunities are. Let's go out and create the jobs for people of this city. Let's go out and create the jobs for people of West Belfast. And let every single person in West Belfast be proud, because this is their seat. And I will work in every single part of this area. Again, a big thank you to all my family. My own father, I'm sure, is looking down on me tonight and being very proud. Somebody said to me yesterday that he'd be looking down, he'd be doing a jig up in heaven. Well, we're there, we're moving forward in the right direction, and here's where we're going. We are Republicans. I'm certainly a Republican, but I will put my hand out to each and every single constituent in West Belfast. So folks, we are working together, we're moving in the right direction, and here's the thing, is that the West Belfast people are a very proud people, and we're with them, and we will work forever for them. So Borla Mila Mayagov.
Brilliant, a great victory for Paul Maskey and Patricia and the whole Maskey clan, and I congratulate them. Paul's an exemplary representative. I think our team once again delivered, and it's a tremendous community. I was very honoured to represent West Belfast, and I think we're now going to have a better MP, and we're into a new phase of politics, and Paul will stamp his own mark on all of that. So well done to everybody who voted for us, and to our team, and particularly to our new MP. There you go. Hello.
Should we say Paul first? Get the protocol right, Richard.
Alex Maskey, surely a very proud evening for the Maskey household. Over 70% of the vote. How are you feeling?
I think it's tremendous. I mean, I was saying to Gerry early on, or Andy Paul, that Gerry first won this seat for Sinn Fein in 1983 on the 9th of June. So here we are again, so many years later, on the 9th of June, and Paul Maskey wins the seat on behalf of Sinn Fein. I think it's a great endorsement for him personally, but it's also a tremendous endorsement for the party, because over all of these years, despite all of the issues and the difficulties, challenges that people in West Belfast have had to face and endure often enough, they've come through all that there with continuing pride and strength. And here we have the party been returned again for a Westminster seat, just a few weeks after a very tough election campaign with over 70% of the poll. Tremendous achievement for both Paul, but for the party in general, and I think it's a great credit to people in West Belfast that they still believe very firmly that Sinn Fein is a party to deliver for them, and the party worth their commitment.
How are you going to be able to trump that as a birthday present?
Well, he's already been given, I think Sue gave him what we would have called in the New Lodge Road a sore head, which is a bun with 4 candles on it. So I've said to Paul, think well of it, because he might get a slightly bigger cake tomorrow, I don't know, but there's probably not that many more candles on it.
Alex Maskey, Gerry.
Okay, Gerry.
Paul Maskey, MP for West Belfast. Congratulations. How are you feeling today?
I'm delighted. Delighted that the people of West Belfast have chosen myself. They know that I'm an Irish Republican. They know that I won't be actually going to Westminster to swear an oath of allegiance to the British Queen. And they have endorsed the Sinn Fein policy on that issue. And I am delighted to be representing them people at every single level.
A very proud moment indeed. You mentioned the issue of abstentionism and that you won't be indeed abstentionists from West Belfast. What do you see as the main issues facing you in the current term?
Well, there's many issues, but I want to be making sure that I'm working for every single person right across the west of the city. I have offered my hand of friendship out to all the different political parties who stood in this by-election, and that's something that I will be chasing up from tomorrow morning onwards, because that's exactly what I want to be doing, working with them all, and I'm very sincere when I offer that.
Despite the election fatigue, over 70% of the electorate of West Belfast voted for you. You must surely be very happy with that.
Oh, I am, and over the recent months we've been out on a hard slog, very hard campaigns, election campaigns, where even in the last Assembly election we had 66% of the turnout of the vote. We've now increased that up to over 70. I'm delighted that the people of West Belfast have endorsed Sinn Fein, and they know that we are the true representatives, and they know that we will work every single day and night for them, and I think that the people of West Belfast have to be commended for that.